like the Umars don't always exaggerate. Welcome. So, how's your dance practice going? Don't worry, you can show me whenever you're ready.
Hey, can you guys hear me? Yeah, what up?
Good Umars. How have you been hiding such a talent?
Okay. What I gotta do over here? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm alright. I just got done doing a bunch of stuff I had to do today. And so now I'm just relaxing. Just chilling. Yeah, I'm hoping that I'll be able to probably get like, oh, I got a good book.
Let's go.
Yeah, I got a good book. We'll see what happens, boys. We'll see what happens. Respond to Alex Central's new video on you. What's it about? Yeah, I can't imagine like that guy, he private servers? What about private servers? Like I just
You dance so well. Impressive.
it's so crazy. Yeah, that guy what do you call it? He was like really popular for a while. The Alex Central guy. It's about Everlook, the new server. I don't give a fuck about private servers. Sell gold, man. I think that again, like there's people like the people that want to play like a private like WoW classic server. I think a lot of those people, they just they don't really believe what do you call it? Like they do believe they actually think that there's no like gold selling and stuff like that. It's just crazy to me to believe that. The people are so naive. And I've seen people say that a lot with like these different like WoW classic servers and shit. Or WoW private servers. It's always a shock to me. I even know so innocent. Yeah, it's just like it's weird because like you'd expect it's like after it's happened so many times you'd kind of like assume that people would be like, hey, yeah, I think I know what's going on here, right? But that's it. That just never happens. You hyped for trial tomorrow? Yeah, it'll be alright.
Oh, you missed a step.
There we go. Ready for Dragonflight? Yeah, it'll be alright.
Curious about
You know
your
what's going
growth.
on? I just refuse to believe it. I think that a lot of them just, they want so much to play like classic WoW and like have that same feeling that they had before, and
Oh, honey, what's
they
wrong?
just they can't figure it out.
Did something bad happen?
Okay. Great. Well, we got that one done. And where's the other one I need to go to? Is it this one? Oh my god, I keep forgetting what this is. Give me a minute. Oh wait, no, now it's coming back to me. Shit. Yeah. Okay, we're good. This is impossible. Wow, felt amazing because there's nothing like it. Yeah. The thing is with that's why I was interested in Dragonflight.
Is the reservoir okay?
I think a lot of people like I don't know why like everybody has to treat like playing a video game like it's a relationship.
Let's move this.
Like for example, a lot of people view WoW and they view like playing an MMO as if it's like a massive like big thing that they have to like invest into, right? It's not like you know, it's not like they can just kind of, you know, just play it at their own pace or whatever. No, they have to they have to know that that's the one true MMO. All right, here we go. Come on. That one's not that good. It's whatever. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it'll take forever to get all that stuff. I'm not worried about it. Playing a game should be your own preference. Yeah, it's like the people, they worry so much about like kind of like being on the edge of like, you know, new content and, you know, all that stuff. People invest so much time in their MMOs, they don't want to feel like their time's wasted if the game dies. It is, but it's like, I think a lot of it is like wishful thinking, and it's not really logical at all. And I think that's really why I don't like it, is because like people throw away like their own common sense because they want to believe something. And I think that's what happens a lot. I need to get more of these mushrooms. I've been farming these for a while now. And I need to get, I think this is the mushroom thing. I have to get 5 of the rare ones, and it just takes a long time. It'll probably take me like 4 or 5 hours to just farm this out. You're cooking such a pain. Yeah. Well, I found out that I can go to this one right here. And as I tell you guys, like I always really find like the most like lazy way to do something. And so what I do is, actually I'm gonna do this. This is smart. So this spot right here, you can double loot it because it's bugged out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna transfer from one channel to another, and I'm gonna loot twice as many as possible. And then I'm also going to loot twice as many as possible because this one's bugged out. And also, this is the only mushroom spawn that's not a bugged out. Oh, it's not? Okay. I just didn't notice it before. And so what I'm going to do, this is also, I think it's the only one that you can stand at without getting attacked. I have plans for Memorial Day. Yeah, I spent some time with my dad earlier. Wasted time, arguments, dumb. Yeah. Funny world, I get what you thought was a dupe though. Yeah, true. Johnny winning tomorrow. There's a good chance that could happen. There's also a good chance it could not happen, so I wouldn't get too excited. Where's 2 channels? I just don't like having a lot of pressure to like do anything crazy on my main stream. I just relax on this stream. That's about it. Yeah, I just chill out. Does a public verdict matter at all with public opinion being in Johnny's favor? Yeah, I think it matters. I mean, like, does it make a difference? Is like, I mean, is it the only thing that matters? No, I mean, like, but I think it's an example of like, clearly it matters, but it would be great if he did win. Now, do I think he's gonna win? I don't know. I mean, I think it's not very likely. There's a good chance it could happen, though. If he loses, we get season 2 in a few months. Yeah. Jerry's able to completely ignore social media and news media regarding this topic. Well, I'm really glad. I hope that they do this for all of the like televised court cases from now on. That if the jury gets like leaked or anything like that, and they don't publish their names for like a year or 5 years or something like that. I think that's a really good idea. Johnny Depp loses, does Amber get the 100 million? No. She has to win. Like there's like 4 different outcomes, right? There's like Johnny wins, Johnny doesn't win. Amber wins, Amber doesn't win. So it can be a case where like Amber wins and Johnny doesn't win, then yeah, that's what it would be. Yeah, 4 endings. Do you think Amber waving at the people and receiving gifts is a PR thing? It could be, yeah. I mean, I don't really put a lot of stock into that kind of stuff, if you want me to be totally honest. It's not like I think about it and I'm like, yeah, this is really what it's going to be. The Choco Twitter drama was funny. I just, I don't know, like, I think that, like, what I don't like is anytime that people are, like, dishonest about what they're doing, and, like, I think that, like, I don't really care, like, honestly, the reason why I got involved with that drama yesterday was because I was bored, and I just wanted to see people mauled about it. And I didn't really have anything else to do, and so I was like, I guess I'll just start some drama. And so I just responded to it. It's not really a big deal to me. The train drama, it's not even really drama, like the guy just... So like, Trainwrecks gave some guy some like CSGO thing, and then some PUBG streamer, Choco Taco, responded to it, and he said that basically he had some quote from like Picard from Star Trek, and he basically said that like the quote was like I don't remember what it was, but like it was something like the clear implication of the quote was that Trainwrecks is a bad person and he's masking his bad deeds by being gracious and generous to people. Like, that's clearly what he was saying. And then Train responds to it in typical Trainwrecks fashion. 7 tweets in all caps lock. Actually, no, only half of them were in caps lock. And you know, like, then the guy said he didn't understand it. It's like, it's so obvious, like, what you meant, you know what I mean? And then it's like, I hate people that they go and they say like, oh, I'm just trying to call this out, but then when the person they're, you know, quote, calling out defends themselves or attacks them, then they're like, wow, I'm getting attacked, I can't believe this, like, why am I getting attacked, like, this is just so, like, this community's awful. It's like, I mean, like, man, you're sitting there and you're, like, talking shit about this person, and then they respond and retaliate. Like, I find it to be very disingenuous. And so it was like, it's like you come out of nowhere and you talk shit about somebody, and then on top of that, then you act like a victim whenever they defend themselves. That's just annoying to me. Just criticism but can't take it, yeah. Yeah. I haven't gotten a single, well, I've gotten 2 of them, to be fair. I haven't gotten one today. One of these sweet uncooked mushrooms. I've gotten very, I don't know if I've gotten very unlucky. I feel like I got, maybe I got really lucky at the beginning, I don't know. Chaco didn't call Train out, he played the victim card when he fired back. Well, he clearly called him out, right? I mean, like, you can't do a quote and, like, the quote is about villains cloaking themselves in good deeds. I mean, like, and then he goes later on and he's like, well, I'm against gambling. It's like, okay, like, that's fine. Like, I find it to be incredibly insulting whenever somebody does something that's just, like, so obvious, like, what you mean. And then you try to act like, oh, no, that's not what I meant. Like, no, yeah, it is. It's obviously what you meant. You called him out as clearly in relation to the gambit. Yeah, it was clearly. And, like, I have no problem with that. If Choco Taco wants to call out Trainwrecks for gambling, I think he should be able to do that. He's within his rights as a, you know, fucking red-blooded American to call out whoever the hell he wants to do. You know, use that freedom of speech and say what you want to say. But, like, the moment that Pepsi, you're right, actually. You know, the moment you open your fucking mouth, you step into the arena, public realm, you best expect people to fucking fire back. And the people aren't just gonna sit there and, like, take shit like that laying down. And I think that's what, like, really annoys me a lot with people like that, is they, you know, they talk shit like that, but then the moment that the person retaliates, they start crying. Not just gamblers promoting these younger artists. No, like, I'm not gonna argue, like, I don't want to argue with you, like, whether gambling's good or not. I don't like gambling. I don't do gambling. I'm not arguing that. I'm arguing, like, if you attack somebody and you make an attack on their character, and you say that they're a bad person, you shouldn't be surprised whenever they defend themselves. That's all I'm saying. I don't care. You can say whatever he wants. But don't fucking attack somebody, criticize their character, and then cry when they defend themselves. That's all I was saying. Don't they account for if their followers do? What if they said gambling was gay? They say whatever they want. Yeah, it's like Picard's at best. Yeah, villains who twirl their mustaches are easy to spot. Those who clothe themselves in good deeds are well camouflaged. I mean, like, is there anybody in the entire universe that doesn't know exactly what he meant by that quote? I think anybody knows exactly what you were trying to say. They knew exactly what you're trying to say. And it's like, if you want to say that, you're within your right to say that. Do whatever you want, right? But at the same time, don't expect that person to take it laying down. Bogan Bashes. Yeah, I think there's a. I mean, you can make a moral argument that like promoting gambling, you know, whenever there's not a lot of like strong age restrictions on Twitch is bad. Yeah, sure. I think you can say that for sure. Like as I said, I have no problem. I have literally no problem with like what his problem is. I think he has every right to say that, but I just don't like the victimization. And so yeah, I don't know. Does kids over 18 have money to gamble with? Yeah, plenty of kids have like you know, online bank accounts and stuff like that. Jen doesn't promote gambling though? Well, Will, like if he doesn't promote gambling, why do you think that they pay him? Yeah, well, why do you think that happens? Waste some money as a kid do? Yeah, that's the way it goes. They're paying someone who calls Hacksaw scam company to tell his audience not to gamble. It's just weird then. Oh, I got a sweet one. That's great. So like, it's just weird then. So do you think that Stake would pay Train to advertise their website if him doing that caused them to lose money? So like, if it caused Stake to lose money, do you think that Stake would continue to pay Train to partner and to gamble on their website? Train many streamers can never take constructive criticism though. There's nothing constructive about telling somebody they're a villain and that all of their good deeds are just actually masking what they're doing that's evil. That's not constructive criticism. That's not actionable. That's not like, hey, I wish you wouldn't gamble, you know, because it's like, no, it's not. There's nothing constructive about that. I guess Stake doesn't care what he says as long as they're getting paid in the end. No, of course not. They just care about the bottom line. And you want to know you want to know what else? I think that him complaining that it's a scam and that, you know, thinking the companies are what do you call it, scamming him. I actually think that adds to the authenticity. That's my opinion. Does it have to be constructive and what they're doing is so clearly wrong though? Well, if somebody says it's constructive, then I think that, you know, it's up for debate, right? I mean, somebody says, hey, oh man, people can't take constructive criticism. And it's like, oh, here's my criticism. You're a fucking villain. And, you know, you're even worse than the mustache twirling ones because you hide your evil with good deeds. I mean... if you just shouldn't call that constructive criticism. It's not. Stream of silence, non-hateful critics add interesting element on viewership. Anything? Well, I don't think anybody wants to deal with people who are critical of them. Like, streamer is under no obligation to. They're under no obligation to host and provide a platform for your criticism. I think that your criticism is probably more important to you than it is to anybody else. I don't think anybody really cares about like your criticism. Like why should somebody spend even a second of their life listening to your criticism? Who are you? Because I'm right, yeah. There you go. There's a little sense to me. I know, it's People just, they never think beyond like their own head, their own mind. Like you just, I think that it's weird to me because like, it doesn't seem like this is an unreasonable perspective to have, but so many people just don't understand it. Instrument going under the radar you mentioned during your mainstream Asmongold? About going under the radar? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. You clearly know your viewers are losing millions in gambling. It's like people selling guns in war zones, saying guns don't kill people. I mean, don't get it twisted. Gambling will ruin your life. Like, he's never said that. Like, yeah, I mean, gambling also kills people. Yeah, of course it does. The people kill themselves. Well, we got 3. We just got to get 2 more. Be substantially better off right now if I never got into gambling when I was a kid. You can get out of it, just don't do it. Just stop doing it. Turner's gonna be on the wrong side of history on this one, and it's sad more people don't clearly see it. Stop being autistic argument though. Just stop being autistic. I mean, I don't really think that like a documented like fucking illness like autism is comparable to getting addicted to gambling. Maybe it is. I don't know. I think that this is like maybe just like my own personal opinion, but I genuinely have no respect for people who can't control their own impulses. If you can't control what you can do and what you can't do, then I don't really have a lot of respect for you. Maybe that makes me an asshole, but I just don't care. Stop eating fast food then, how strong are you? Well, I don't want to. Like, that's the difference. I like eating fast food. Why would I stop eating fast food? So you have to respect XQC and Tran? I wasn't talking about them. You made it about them. That's not what I was saying. It had nothing to do with it. I never said that. Gotcha, Andes. They're so clever. Can't open when I get overstimulated though. That's fine. Fuck. Four seconds. Is it gotcha or gotcha Andes? I mean, it's Lost Ark, so it could be both, right? Gotcha Andes land bet on how to get you. Yeah, it's just, it's not gonna work. Just chill out. Ain't nobody want to hear you bullshit. Force control, do all kinds of stuff, keep people addicted. It's weapon blading, in my opinion. Punish casinos. Then do it. then punish them. Like, you know, support legislation that taxes them more or makes them illegal. Then do it. Yeah, I'm not stopping you. Do whatever you want. I'd rather not. Yeah. I mean, like, you know, this is like a big problem, but I mean, like, if I actually have to do something here, I mean, you know, hey, it is what it is, right? It's a free country, isn't it? And people gotta do what they gotta do. Yeah, just keep that in mind, man. You know, like doing something means it's not an impulse you can't control. Listen, man. You trying to do some like stupid shit. You're not as smart as you think you are. Just stop. Just stop. I don't want to read it. Fucking 6 stale mushrooms. How many of these fucking things do I have? 94. I gotta get 2 more. I'm not even halfway done with these. Or actually, I guess I am halfway done. Like, it's fucking math, but yeah. $800K players on Steam. Hey, bro. This shit's popping off. Got my house, stop being homeless, duh. Well, how do you expect somebody to stop being homeless? They gotta take control of their own life, the same as anybody does. You either take control of your own life, or life will take control of you. It doesn't matter about what you think should or should not be true, or is not real, or whatever. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Nobody cares about you, nobody's gonna help you. You're on your own. The faster you learn that, the faster you can fucking actually move on and do something positive for yourself. What people spawn with bad RNG. There's a lot of people that get fucked over, man. That's true. A bit overly pessimistic. I didn't say it wasn't. I just said it was true. Alright, let's see here. It's sad doesn't mean don't ask for help when you don't need it. All I'm saying is that, like, one thing I've learned, it's like what just happened, right? I was like, oh, why don't you support legislation that's like against gambling? Well, that's actual work, and you know, like, then I have to like really think about this. It's like way easier to just write like a Twitter message, and like that's the same way everybody's gonna look at you. They're gonna all talk about like how much they want to help you and how important you are and everything like that. But the moment you become an inconvenience just simply for them driving to McDonald's, they'll run your ass over. So don't ever think that you're important to anybody else except for yourself and maybe close family and friends. Other than that, you're just in the way. And people don't get that. They're in some fucking delusion, right? And it's sad to see it because it lets people let themselves get taken advantage of. My church family puts others before themselves very frequently. That's right, but you just can't rely on that. There are like a lot of things, like there are a lot of things you get lucky with, right? Everybody gets lucky. Everybody in this chat room's lucky. You all have access to the internet. There's a billion people in the world that don't have access to the internet. You have, like, you're better off than over a billion people. You have eyes, you can see, you're not blind. You can probably hear too. Think about how lucky that is. It's like people that roll like a, you know, a 12 on a 20-sided dice and complain that it's not a 20. Well, that's the way it goes. Did you watch Obi-Wan Kenobi? No, I don't think so. Meanwhile, people roll 2s? Yeah, they do. Tell us a pretty good hit? Yeah, it sure is. And I'm not telling people that, like, you know, you shouldn't try to improve your life or whatever. Shouldn't try to improve society. I don't mean that at all. All I'm saying is, like, whenever it gets personal, whenever it comes down to, like, personal accountability, at the end of the day, you know, whenever you close your eyes, the only person there with you is you. And Jesus, yeah. Look at this guy's name. Thinks he's being cute. Thinks he's being clever. Average American makes 18K a year. That was a much more larger scale issue. Yeah, nobody gives a fuck about the larger scale. Complete 5x3? No, not yet. Is this guy gonna try and loot it? Oh, thank God, he's gonna run away. 18K a year is a lot of money. Not in America, it's not. But, I mean, you can maybe get by on that. As if we should give a shit and to not be so individualistic. I don't care about what should happen. The more you think about what should happen, the sadder you're gonna be. God damn, like, speaking of what I should get one of these mushrooms. Holy fuck, bro. When's this shit gonna happen? $18K median, fake news. I don't know. It might be like worldwide median or like worldwide median inside of like first world countries or something like that. I don't know. Doesn't matter. All I'm saying is like, I don't even know why I was talking about that. Anyway, like the gambling thing, right, is like, if you're gonna call somebody out about that, I think it's no, you got no, like, I'm not gonna criticize anybody for calling out a person for like doing gambling stuff, right? Like, you do whatever you want, but just like be honest about what you're doing. Don't try to do it and then pretend like, oh, that's not what I'm doing. Is the Expo OTK's biggest event so far? Yeah, it is. Absolutely. Does money make you happy? It will until you get a certain amount of it, yeah. Remind us when it is. It's on June 8th. June 8th. Farming South Vern? Not yet. I still gotta farm the old shit. I've been lazy. LTK met the vision you had whenever you made it? No, it exceeded my expectation. I was really surprised. I still am. What do you think about obesity in America? If you're fat, stop eating food. That's what I think. For every person that has like a legitimate health problem, there's 10 people that just like eating food. It's probably a worse ratio to that, like 20 to 1, 100 to 1. Better words, moderation. I mean, eat less food. I mean, I don't know, like, whatever you want to say. God damn, when's this mushroom gonna drop? America doesn't prioritize nutrition, they prioritize convenience. So what's that got to do with you? Does the government tell you what food you have to eat? There's plenty of skinny people that go to the grocery store. Why aren't you one of them? It's not the government's fault that you're fat. It's your fault. Some people with health problems, of course. Yeah, obviously. Fuck. That says train, fuck gambling. If you're homeless, get a house. If you're fat, eat less food. Thanks, Asmon. Hey, yo. Somebody gotta say it, right? You think whatever you want, man. Norway, they start blaming your colon for the reason they get fat, so accepting they eat too much? Yeah, I know. This is working pretty well. I just gotta get a fucking mushroom. And I'll be good. Government aggressively subsidizes corn. I'll tell you something, man. I went to Golden Corral. Every fucking person there was overweight. And I think I have an idea of why. I think I've got a little bit of a hint. It must be the government. It's gotta be the government, man. Why they have to put these chocolate fountains up? Why did Biden have to put this chocolate fountain in here that I have to eat out of, man? Why is Biden doing this to me? God damn it, man. Knew I should have voted for Trump. Oh my God. I'll tell you one thing. I go out to eat and I order a meal. It's always more than I can eat. I can never eat that much food. And I think that right there is why people have a really really hard time doing this stuff. Yeah. American culture leads to an epidemic with people that are, why are people fat in America? People love fast food here. I think also there's like more of a culture that accepts it now. And I think that people weren't always fat in America either. Like you go look at like the 1950s, not everybody was fat like that. It's really just recently. I think also like a lot of it is you drive everywhere? Well, you drove everywhere in the 50s too. In the 70s even, yeah. Yeah, people are just getting fatter and fatter because they just eat more food. I really think it is that simple for like fucking 90% of it. Eat more food, and that's what's gonna cause it. People eat out of boredom now, yeah. I said, bro, there's no old fat people, yeah. It's like you want to hear like a real fucking like a sad thing. Like obviously like you know, I lost my mom. Like I went back and I saw like old pictures of her and everything, and it's like just in the last 2 years, she had gained a lot of weight. And it's like it's hard to really notice that because like it just happens gradually every day. But like she really had gained a lot of weight, and it absolutely was a tremendous impact on like her body. You know, the doctors said that. And you know, if she was 100 pounds lighter, she might still be here. That's the truth. Smoking, of course, yeah. No, it's true. That's rough, man, yeah. What's your opinion on the idea of fat models? I think in general, the reason why the fat models are there is because there's a lot of women who are insecure and they're happy seeing fat models because it makes them feel better about themselves. Oh, we got a sweet one. That's one more. And the reason I see that, I say that is like, remember whenever, I think it was like Lizzie McGuire, Hillary Duff, did like some pose like while she was naked, and she was like obviously hot as fuck, right? And like there's women complaining about that, and it's not just women, like it's not like women are the only people that feel this way. But obviously, like, you know, it's what it normally is. That's the majority. And people are mad about that. And I think that's why. Happy with thick models? I don't care if see Lizzo walk down the catwalk. I mean, the thing is, like, I just think it's irresponsible to like play off like being like morbidly obese. Like, I'm not talking about somebody who's chunky or a girl who's a little thick. I think that's fine. But I'm talking about like morbidly obese. This should not be promoted in society. I don't think so at all. I view it the same as smoking or alcoholism. You said being obese is unhealthy, it's called fat phobia. By who? 3 morons on Twitter? Nobody cares about them. They don't. They don't either, that's why they're fat. They're gonna be dead soon. Who gives a fuck? Bruh, it's true. You'll lose your mind to see thick women on the cover of Sports Illustrated. I think that people don't like it because they view it as like a deliberate, like a forcing of social norms and like sexual expectations in a way that's not really reflected by the actual population. I think that a lot of people actually don't like seeing that stuff, and there's just like a really loud but really small group of people that make it seem like they do. Did you comment on the police behavior, or did I miss it? What police behavior? What happened? What'd they do this time? Did I show anything about human behavior without telling me? Or are you mad about something I said? Did I say something that upset you? Fuck. Get one more, I'm done. This is Copa HHA spreading out, losing viewers to over the trial. I like Ethan. He and I have a generally positive relationship, and we have had one. So like, I'm not gonna just listen to like somebody saying that like, you know, he said he didn't like me. He's probably just goofing around, man. During a school shooting, I waited for support whenever children was being killed. Oh, the cops? No, I said it was a disgrace that Biden wasn't investigating him. That's what I said. Police AFK. No, it's worse than being AFK. Is it they, somebody had this picture. Let me see if I show you all this picture. I think it's pretty accurate. This is the way I feel about the police. I found this. I liked it the other day. Where it be? This is what my opinion on the situation is. It's a fucking disgrace. That should have been their last day on the police force. There's some sad children died of school shootings, cops in the past year. Yeah, I mean, I that's probably true. Maybe it is, I don't know. But yeah, I talked about that a lot. I know there were some people that were trying to like characterize what do you call it? Like that, like my coverage of the Johnny Depp trial as like this is like in like it's like I'm covering the Johnny Depp trial instead of covering like the kids that got shot. I saw a few people that had that opinion on Twitter. It's kind of annoying to read, but you know, people are gonna think what they're gonna think. Saying abolish the police. I think that like there's not like one thing you do and then it's like well, we're gonna do this thing and it's gonna solve the police violence problem, you know. I don't think that's what it is. There's probably like 50 things. Abolish, reform. Yeah, you're not gonna get rid of the police. Requires a movement? No, it just requires accountability. You carried birth, honestly? I think I did. Unions are almost a country for the Turkey cops. Yeah, I think that's a problem. I mean, there's a lot of ways that you could handle that. Your opinion is closed on the subject. How easy is it to get a gun? Do you just walk into a store and buy it? I don't know. I've never tried to buy a gun before. It depends. So, like, if you're trying to buy like a gun that's not registered, it's harder to do that for sure. And so, like, you usually want to buy one of those if you're like trying to commit a crime, or you're like maybe underage, or you know, you're a felon and you still want to buy a gun. And so if you want to do something like that, it's a lot harder to do, and you kind of have to like know somebody or know somebody that knows somebody. But if you're talking about just like an average person, for like an average, like everyday, you know, like average citizen, you know, they've gotten 3 traffic tickets in their life over the past 15 years of driving, and you know, maybe they got in an accident or something like that, right? This is not like a bad person or anything like that. It's not that hard to get a gun, as far, this is like my understanding of it. Please have waiting periods, yeah. The problem is, like, whenever you have like individual sellers and like an individual person, the issue is that that person, it's in their best interest to sell you the gun. And I think that's really what the biggest issue is. Is it like whenever you go to a gun show, this isn't a guy that works for a company, this is a guy that does this for a living, and you know, if he sells you this gun for $300, he makes $300. So he wants to sell you this gun. So it's in his best interest to overlook background checks or age or whatever. Maybe gun shows should be illegal? I don't know, maybe. Like, nobody overlooks background checks? I know for a fact that's not true. It's overwhelmingly true? Let's say it's overwhelmingly true 99% of the time. You know, like, you still have 1% of people that happens with, and think about how many people that is. It's a lot of people. Not trying to gotcha, but why wouldn't store clerks sell to minors? Under that, every seller has the same initiative. Because there's a disconnect usually inside of gas stations between the profit of the store and the payment of the person that works there. So, like, for example, like if you go in and you buy $200 worth of stuff at 7-Eleven, you know, Chris, the 17-year-old pothead that works there and, you know, refills the hot dog machine, he doesn't make any more money. He doesn't get paid a commission on this. He's not making any extra money if you buy, it doesn't matter if you buy 10 hot dogs or 1 hot dog. Do people even commission work in stores still? In a gas station? No, I mean, you're not working on a commission, man. You're just there to fucking give, you know, let somebody give you 30 bucks or, you know, let me get $30 on pump 3 and let me get a, you know, a pack of cigarettes. No, you're not getting a commission. You're getting $11 an hour. And you best be happy. Yeah, and a lottery ticket. There you go. Do gun shop workers have commissions? A lot of times they do at gun stores or at gun shows, because most of the people that go to gun shows, like, you're not, like, the people that go to gun shows are mainly like individuals or like small like places. Like, I've been to gun shows many times, and so it's not like there's a like a it's not like, for example, like you go to TwitchCon, for example, and then whenever you're at TwitchCon, you're like, oh, okay, well, you know, there's like Razer and like all these big brands that are there. That's not how it works. Are there question marks about that? What did I say that was hard to understand? Yeah, what was it? What was it that I said that was hard to understand? Gun shows and TwitchCon? Well, what I mean is like a gun show. So like at TwitchCon, you have a lot of big companies that are there to try to sell stuff. But like at gun shows, it's more like a flea market, where it's like a few guys show up and they've got, you know, 13 guns. And like there's some guys that they sell like handguns. Other ones they sell like, you know, an AR, like a fucking AR-15 or some shit like that. Other ones sell like old, this is really common at gun shows, that they have guys that sell guns from like periods. For example, like they sell like refurbished, you know, World War II, like a Luger that's used by, you know, like a fucking Nazi officer or something like that. And like people will try to buy that. So, yeah, like they sell muskets or like, yeah, collection, yeah, exactly. Flintlock pistols, yeah, shit like that. More complex problem people like to admit. Well, I think that like really, I mean, when did you really start having like school shootings and shit, right? It was like the first one that was like really big was Columbine. Maybe there was like a few before then, but I feel like Columbine was the big one, right? Yeah, like let's say it's the 90s. I think that there is a question. It's like, why did this start happening in the 90s? Like, what about gun laws changed from like 1975 to 2005 that caused this to happen? Because I think it's clearly probably not a lot of gun laws. You see what I'm saying? So like, in my opinion, I don't think it's just exclusively guns, because country's been like this for a long time, and the shootings have just started happening in the last 30 years. I think there's a lot of reasons. Ark. But like I think that is like it's a the ban on semi-automatics. Well, plenty of people like shoot people with a handgun. You know what I mean? Handguns are semi-automatic. Yeah, but like what I'm saying is like people had access to those handguns in like let's say 1980 or 1985. Like not the exact same ones, but guns that it's not like they were the exact same, but they were still good guns. And you didn't have a bunch of school shootings. And also like I think the whole idea of like banning guns and stuff like that, I think it's a temporary solution. Because in my opinion, I think in 10, 20 years, maybe even less than that, people are going to be able to 3D print guns at home that can work and shoot multiple bullets. So you're not going to be able to ban them. So it's like you're trying to solve a problem, and it's like it's like I'm trying to think of a way to put it. It's a band-aid solution. Yeah, exactly. They already do. Yeah, I know. But like it'll just get better. It'll get better and more accessible over time. Give me the new mushroom. Come on. Alright, I'm about to get it here. You can't, but you can't print bullets now. You can probably do something that's like, I actually don't know the answer to that, but I think that as with anything, the answer is probably, given enough technology, the answer to that is yes. Ammunition press kits are easy. What I'm saying is like, I mean, if somebody buys an ammunition press kit, that's kind of like a red flag. But it's going to be a lot harder to track like what people do with what do you call it? What people do with like a 3D printer. It's like, yeah, no serial numbers or anything like that. How it's way cheaper to reload your own ammo. Whenever I say something's a red flag, it doesn't mean like the FBI should show up at your house, right? But like, for example, like if somebody has like a history of like borderline behavior, you know, drug abuse, and then like you see them buying like their own ammo kit, maybe that's something to look into. It's just common sense, man. Fuck. Right, it's because people make the laws follow the same lines of thinking. We're about to get screwed over by crab people. There's plenty of dumb people out there, man. I wouldn't worry about it. How many hidden tokens you got? I got 9, I think. Libertarians would disagree, but we need to do something. I don't care about like anybody who like identifies himself as like some political party or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna take that too seriously. Who gives a fuck? Borderline personality disorder doesn't make you a bad person. Nah, bro, but like, for example, like, let's say you have a history, like, you know, like, somebody pops up, and they're like, man, this person's buying, like, an ammo, Like this person's buying like he's bought 3 guns and a bunch of ammo, and then also like you can, you know, I'm sure they have database for people, right? And it's like they also post pictures of themselves like killing animals, you know, and this is like some person. He also goes on these like weird diatribes about, you know, white supremacy or something like that. Like, I mean, you gotta, there's a certain point you call a spade, man. It's just common sense. Yeah, you connect the dots, man. It's not hard. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. This is gonna be 100%. Should you preface in Minecraft? No, I think like I very rarely misspeak, and I like say something I don't really mean. Like I'm actually, that's not true. I misspeak a lot, but I very rarely like say something that I have to like walk back. It's just not really a thing. I think about a lot of that stuff ahead of time. Sometimes do. I mean, not really. And like maybe I do on like little things, right? But like if it's a big thing, like you know, like people obviously talk about like the Ethan thing from H3H3. I don't really have a lot of those situations. I think the biggest problem with React content streamers out there. I don't think like it's really an issue to begin with. In my opinion, like with the React content, I can't speak for anybody, but I speak for myself. If somebody doesn't want me to react to their content, I just don't react to their content. That's it. There's not a lot to say. When you're at the Dark Vipers video now. It's the real reason is like I'm busy doing other stuff. And like I already know all the stuff he's gonna say. And also like you never know like if he's gonna do something where, you know, I react to his video and then he copyright claims it or something like that as like some sort of gotcha. I could see him doing that. That's another reason why I didn't react to it. You always have to think a few steps ahead with people. Quantum TV style? Yeah. You watched it on your own? I watched a little bit of it. I think that just in general, the way I've always handled things is that if somebody doesn't want me to react to their content or they don't like React content in general, like I don't want to make an enemy. Like why do I, like even if I think that I'm in the right, like it doesn't really matter to me. Like I don't want to have a conflict. Like I've got so many things that are going on in my life, so many other problems in my life, like I don't need you to be another one. So it's like, if this is gonna be an issue to me, then, or issue to you, then I just won't do it. Pretty sure he mentions me. Of course he mentions me. I'm like one of the most popular streamers. He's gonna get like, what do you think? He's gonna put some random just chatting streamer with 2,000 viewers on the front page? No, he's gonna put me and a bunch of other people. It's gonna be like XQC, Hassan. Yeah. Because those are the people that people are gonna click on. That's what makes sense. Yeah, Pokemon, yeah, another one. This never happened after seeing any videos. It's whatever. But yeah, I think that I'm popular in high school and do thing new. I had a lot of friends in high school. I wasn't like my high school was kind of weird. Like there wasn't like a popular kids group. Like everybody just kind of did their own thing. Cap? That's not a cap at all. How you think I still have like all these friends I talk about and shit that I still know from high school? I haven't moved away from my hometown. Yeah, I had a lot of friends in high school, man. Like, bullied people or capping? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I had a lot of friends in high school. But yeah, anyway, I don't like to have any sort of like drama or like conflict with people, because again, it's just a waste of my fucking time. And so if somebody has a problem with what I'm doing, I'll usually just kind of address it or not. Watch tomorrow's verdict? It could be, yeah. So yeah, people try to start drama and shit with me or whatever. Like, the way I decide if I'm gonna engage with drama with somebody else is if I think it's going to be like entertaining content. And if it's not gonna be entertaining content, it's just like, who cares? What the fuck they care? Did you ever get suspended in high school? No. I've never been. My parents always told me, they're like, we don't care what you do. We don't care if you break the rules. We don't care if you fucking like do any of this shit, right? But don't ever let us hear about it. Like, if we ever hear about it, you're in trouble. And so, like, you know, I was like, yeah, Mom, I'm gonna sell fireworks at school. Or like, Dad, I'm like, Pa, take me, I'm gonna buy some fireworks. And then I'm selling, you know, like, fucking, these, like, formulas. Did you guys ever do this in, like, math class and, like, algebra? Where, like, you could get a program into the calculator, and then it would, solve equations for you. Yeah, so I had those. And I didn't really make them. I made some things that I would sell to people. Like, I would take like the reviews, and then I would take the information from the reviews specifically, and then I would just input it into the calculator and then sell the data before tests. And I would also sell like games on the calculators too. And just to like help people cheat and stuff like that. Because I had 2 calculators, I stole one, and so I could have like my calculator that like they would look at, and then I would just swap it with my other one. We're only allowed the simplest calculators because of that? Yeah. Like, back whenever I was doing it, we were, like, the teachers weren't as tech savvy. They didn't understand it. One of the pricey graphing ones? Yeah. I had a TI-83, I think. So yeah, I did that, and I remember whenever they made like soda, like you weren't able to sell soda in school anymore, and so I was pretty happy about that because that means I could bring soda to school and sell it, and I could make money off of that too. And let's see, what else did I do? Did that movie theaters? Bomberman with T-83? Bro, it was, we had Asteroids and Doom. The fireworks? I was selling fireworks in middle school. I had a friend that would like literally just like fucking sell weed in class. And Michael. I still see him every once in a while. How much you make selling sodas? It's like 50 cents. Those people are not going to buy it for a lot of money. So it's like, you know, you buy a 12 pack for, let's say, $3. And then you sell each one for $1, let's say. Or let's say $4. You sell each one for $1, you make $8. And like you do that every day. Oh, and then like a lot of my friends would also steal projectors, like, you know, like those Epson projectors. They'd steal those and like sell those for like $200. And like at the end of every school year, you know, we just take one home every day. Like go there with like empty backpack, put it in the backpack. Let's see, besides that, what else we do? Jesus, when's this shit gonna drop? It's a civil crime. Well, you can let him know. Let Nathan know. I'll have to let him know next time I see him. You just have kids pay me to pass the hard parts of the game? Oh no, we never had that. Husband doesn't know what a devious lick is? No, not really. Did you ever get bomb scares at your school? Yeah, I had a friend that he like called in a scare to school because he didn't want to do a test. That's one I'm not gonna say his name. Impressive, yeah. Cause like we got the we figured out like how to call the announcement system for fucking to where like it does like it will like beep and it will fucking broadcast it to like every class in the school. And like we would have that happen and we would call that thing and we would like fucking say shit over the intercom, and like we would start one thing is like we would play music, and like we would play like fucking like Chris Brown or some shit, or what was like another one, Soulja Boy or something like that. Fucking. And then like the teachers would like, because sometimes I'd be in class whenever I'd know other people were doing it, and a teacher would try to talk over it, but it was just so loud they knew they couldn't. Yeah, that's it. Now crank that, yeah, exactly. Oh my god. I had a friend of mine, and he got into like the mainframe of the AISD, like Lost Independent School District, and they banned him from ever using a computer again. Like he wasn't able to like use any computer in school at all. He's a hacker. Yeah, he was. He actually was a hacker. He's really smart. Gundam Legend. Yeah, because we would also, because like Dylan, not show me your dick Dylan, but there's another Dylan, Feral Dylan, and Feral Dylan, Wild Dylan. Brad would turn on. That was Brad. That was the guy that got banned off the computers. Brad would. He found a way to like remote desktop, and like turn off people's computer, and like we actually, you know what? Like, fuck it. Let me see if I have this shit. Cause I'm pretty sure like we actually recorded this shit whenever it happened. Yeah, give me a minute. I think I actually did. Like, it was a long ass time ago. Where the fuck is it? Yeah, so like, where is it? That's the dude that would steal all the projectors there, and I think that's Brad. And he would steal that shit. Oh yeah, there he is. That's him. And so there it is. We fucking sent that shit to his computer. Oh my god, like he was like down there like trying to fucking underneath the computer trying to figure that shit out. He's like, why is this happening? Like, why does my computer keep turning off? Fucking pissed, bro. Like Dylan gets so fucking bad, man. Dylan tried to stab me. It was so funny. Yeah, he stayed over at the house all the time, like him and his brother. We were like really good friends. Basically, like I beat Dylan in fucking, what was it called? No, we were throwing dirt balls at each other, and because that's what you do whenever you don't have any fucking money, right? Is you throw dirt at each other, and so they were my neighbors, and so Dylan thought I put a rock in a dirt ball, and so he got a spear that he had made. Well, we had made the spears together. And he was gonna try to stab me with the spear, and he was trying to chase me down the road. And like my dad was just like, oh fuck, cause like he knew, like my dad didn't give a fuck, like cause he's like, I mean, it's not gonna happen, cause I was faster than anybody, like I was really athletic, and so like he not gonna get me. And so anyway, like yeah, my dad was just like, I remember Dylan would be like just fucking cursing and screaming and crying, and he'd be like telling me he's gonna like fucking kill me, and it'd be in the living room, and my dad would be in the other side of the living room. He'd be like reading, and like everyone wants to be like, Dylan, can you keep it down? Dylan, can you lower you, just chill out a little bit, all right? And that was about it. Yeah, he never really gave a fuck. Another Tuesday, yeah. Is Dylan chill now? Yeah, Dylan's alright. I don't know what Dylan's up to. I haven't seen him for a while. Yeah, I don't know what Dylan's doing. But yeah, anyway, like we would do that, and like what else did I do to make money? Oh, sometimes I would sneak out of class and I would buy food at lunch and I would sell it to my teacher. And I'd come back because he's like, I'm not gonna look at you, but if you want to walk out, if you want to get out that window and go down to the cafeteria, you know, like here's $1. And I'm like, all right. It sounds good to me. Window, yeah, I was on the first floor, so I just step out onto the courtyard. Poor teacher? Nah, man. Like we were really well behaved. Like we were well behaved. We always did our work. Well, we didn't always do our work. We did, but like it's like we knew what we were doing, and so like it didn't really take that long. He was more or less pissed off at the other people. No, that was like, it was in geometry. Like it was like me and my friend Tim, and like he and I went to like middle school and high school together, and like he wanted to learn geometry because he wanted to be a pilot in the Air Force, and he's a pilot in the Air Force now, by the way. Mm-hmm. Did you fuck with substitutes too? Yeah. We did that shit all the time. Alright, we're gonna get it soon enough. Had some chill teachers, giving kids alcohol. I don't think the teachers really gave a fuck if people got drunk at school. Like, it just wasn't really like... They just, I mean, nobody cared about that shit. Like, I mean, it like was never really an issue, but... It's like, I remember we had like they had a big talking to us about this in like 6th grade. That they didn't want people bringing in water bottles because people would bring in vodka and drink vodka out of the water bottle in like middle school. Because it was clear. And so, like, it was not really a big deal, though. Much wasted 13. No, it was like 11 and 12 years old. That's never my friends and everybody, like, we all started, like, start doing drugs and drinking and shit. It was, like, probably, like, 11, 12 years old. Drinking at 12, yeah. At Lowell's house, yeah. Cigarettes? Nah, they didn't do cigarettes. You were smoking weed and cigarettes at 13, drinking at like 11? Yeah. Yeah. Did you come high to test in high school because of high score? Bro, I had a lot of friends that got high scores. That's what it was. I mean, like, I think they just, you know, did whatever the fuck, right? Thought skipping school was gangsta as fuck. So, like, I never skipped school. It sounds crazy, but I literally never skipped school, ever. Because, like, all my friends were at school, so, like, why would I skip school? Yeah, like, yeah, why would I skip school? Like, to play WoW? No. I mean, like, I faked sick, like, 2 or 3 times, but that was about it. Skip school with your friends, easy. Cody and Jeff, like, I mean, they're, like, a couple years younger than me. So, like, whenever we were all in school together, we would pretty much just hang out, and sometimes, like, they just wouldn't go to their last period, and we'd all just go home. Would you skip tests? No, that's the easy part. Why the fuck would I skip a test? True, skip homework. I never did homework in high school. Anything I had to do outside of the classroom, that just didn't happen. It didn't matter if it was writing an essay or doing a review or anything. What was your GPA? I had a 2.4. Senior project? I found it was only 20% of my grade, so I didn't do it. Fuck, bro, when am I gonna get this? Wait, so did you finish high school? Yeah, of course. I would basically get my progress report, which they would tell me like what my grade was, and I would math out like a 75. I'd be like, okay, like what's the minimum amount of work for me to do to get a 75? And then I would just simply not even attempt to do any of the other work. Because I would want to like min-max like the least amount of work in school possible. And that's what I would do. There was one time I did a project with my friend Ian. He's the one that sells fursuits now. And we had to like do a budgeting for like a whole like 2 weeks or something with like a certain amount of money, like $50 for like budgeting food. And so we didn't do anything. And then finally the time comes because like the teacher, I saw the rubric that she graded us off of, and it was like one of these rubrics where it's like participation and like attendance is like 30%. So like your actual like the actual work that you do is only like 30% of the grade. So like as long as you show up and try, you get 70% of the way there. So like we got our name on the paper, and that's 5 points. You know, we put the date, that's 5 more points. We put our, you know, like student ID number, that's 5 points. You know, we show up every day, that's like 15. You know, like we have a title, that's 10. And so like, you know, we had this thing like, I mean shit, we had it dicked. And so we go up there, and the only thing that we did is he goes up there, he says $50, and then I go 50 lottery tickets. I said, who needs a budget when you're rich? Because we're gonna win. And the teacher like just fucking, she was just like, okay, that's funny, now what do y'all got? And we're like, okay, so here's the really funny thing. That is what we got. That was the whole thing. That's the whole thing. That's the whole fucking situation. And yeah, that's it. Did I ever do like I don't know if I ever did gambling at school. I'd have to ask like Eric and like friends of mine. Like I don't remember doing gambling at school. It seems like something I would do, but like it would be rigged. Like what I would do is I would buy magic cards, and like I memorized the price of every single magic card. And this was like Ravnica and under, right? I memorized the price of like every fucking magic card. And I would tell people that like, listen, bring your magic cards to school and I'll buy them from you. And I'm like, I'll give you a good price for them too. And so like Mirrodin was 2003, 2004. So like that was Mirrodin was like right before Ravnica, I'm pretty sure. And so I went over and I looked everything up, and so like I would look at people like there's like for example like I have like 7 or 8 like original Swords to Plowshares that I bought off this one kid, and I bought it for $15 for like all of his cards, and like I made so much money off of that. Original Kamigawa Ravnica. That was like the Bushido one, the fucking samurai one. I thought Mirrodin was after Kamigawa. Holy fuck. Reading was before? Yeah, I didn't know that. And so anyway, like I went through and I would like learn out what the prices were and like know what the high value cards were. And I would like undercut and like undervalue the cards for these people. And I would tell them that like certain cards were expensive and whenever they weren't. And I would get all their cards. That's how I have so many Magic cards. Is because I would buy like $300, $400 worth of cards for like $10. You still have them? Yeah, I still have them all. Why not use proxies? I did. Like, I have like a bunch of proxies. Like, bro, I have like fucking Tolarian Academies. It's like, you think I was gonna drop like at the time $40 for a card? No shot. Like, I print that shit out on the at the fucking library, man. There's still $40 after the reprints. That's funny. Selling lottery Magic Gathering packs, didn't know what was in them, then fill them with shit cards. Yeah, I can never get people for that. I remember, like, I would sometimes steal food at school for lol. Is like, I would pick up a pizza, and then, like, there was a big, metal thing, but you could lean down. It was like a, you know, like a bathroom stall, and, like, you know, you can, like, underneath, you can see, and I would, like, pick up a pizza, and I would put on my plate, and then I would wait for them to turn around, and then I would lean down, and I would hand it over behind me to Lowell, who was on the other side of the metal, and then he would be collecting pizzas, and then we would get like 2 free pizzas every day doing this. And they caught us once. Scamming to school, yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do whenever you're a poor kid. I'm gonna be honest. We weren't doing it because we were poor. Like, we just did it because we wanted pizza. And also, like, if we spent money on lunch, that's money we don't spend on, like, Magic cards or anything else. Lowell was doing, like, meth at that point, right? Because we were, like, 14, 15, maybe 16. And so, you know, like, people selling drugs and shit. Like, that's money you could use for drugs. And so he didn't want to spend it on a pizza. Fuck that. It's understandable, yeah. Okay, balls. There was different convenience stores that would like sell alcohol to us whenever we were younger, and like we knew which ones there were, and if there were certain guys that would work there, they'd do it, and like sell like other stuff too. Like some of the convenience stores, they sold like other stuff besides that. What are you doing? Stop. Leave me alone. Used to buy liquor and cigarettes in 7th grade. That's Chicago. Yeah. Other stuff? No, no, no. We never did that. They rip you off? No, I mean, they just simply let us buy it. Got it. Fucking got it. We're done. So craft this bitch. Doing the yarn fruit? I mean, it's so easy. Like, people are like, oh man, like, how does anybody do? It's so hard. No, it's not. I just did it. Wow, bruh, it's so hard. The party, hundreds of kids there. Cop showed up 15 minutes later. We had a few big parties like that. Okay, we got everything. Let me see what this one is. Wormhead. Worm larva. This seems like some bullshit I'm gonna have to do. Let me look this motherfucker up. Let's see here. What I gotta do. What it gotta be. Where's the food? Give me a second, I gotta figure this shit out. Wormhead jelly. Alright, let's do that. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. So, critical craft. 5, okay, alright. Let's do it. It's just farming worms. That's easy, you just farm worms. I'm gonna do mount collecting again at some point. I just haven't really felt like it. Like, I don't like feeling like I have to do something. Is this a worm? I don't know which ones I have to kill and which ones I don't have to kill. I'm assuming it's probably the big boys, right? Only the big boys? Okay. I'll just look around and see if I can figure out the best place to do it. It's not even these, right? Seems as though it's not. Okay. There's 2, right? I'm gonna check the other side, see what the other respawns are like over there. So glad I complete all farming all these things. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Like, people always make it out like it's a big deal. It's not. It's like people, like, it's like, don't get me wrong, like, this is fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Like, this is just stupid. Like, why is the drop rate so low? Why is this, like, why? You know what I mean? But, like, it's just 1 to 2 hours. Yeah, you just do it and that's it. You never do it again. This one seems good. If you can get the respawns here. I don't know. Because, like, that one has more health, so it'll take longer to kill. Is this one? There's an elite here. And I think this area is better. There's more worm spawns. Okay, let's do it. You know, maybe it's better to just, like, only kill like 5 and just go to that rotation and kill just those 5 over and over. Get some help, bro. Yeah, I guess that's what I did with the monkey bananas. Because I had people help me get those. So let's say I'm just farming like this. I did bananas in a party. Yeah, maybe I should do this in a party too. I just wonder if like there's anybody else that like really gives a shit. Ask chat. Yeah, people want to message me. Like if I get a party and do it. I probably should do it now in a party. What's the crit craft? Yeah, I did. Palash, you watching? If you're watching, I did. If he doesn't respond, I'll message him. Yeah, if anybody wants to come and do this, just message me. Because like if I can't get anybody right now, there's like no shot of able to get anybody off stream. It's not looking good. Shame it's only server wide? Yeah, I know. This is the way it goes, bro. I'll give like 2 minutes. If I can't get anybody in like 2 minutes, I'll fucking just let me message her. Alright, let's go. I guess I'll go on the other side. Yeah, we should still get loot for each other. So like let's do 1 on each side. For like 5 minutes and we'll just swap. And just message me if y'all want to come. What the fuck? Who's messaging me? Yeah, this is the same shit happen to us. Those bots. I wish I could bot this, that'd be great. Yeah, bro, there's like fucking none of them here. But yeah, anyway, what was I even talking about before this? Oh, I don't even remember. Yeah, I totally fucking forgot. But yeah, I'll have to wake up early for that trial shit tomorrow. $700K bots? Yeah. Video about the MMO bot guy is so depressing. Well, it's just what people do. I mean, like, of course people are gonna bot in the game and make some money. Why would people not want to make money? Yeah, if anybody else wants to come and do this with us, let me know. Nope. I've been getting unlucky. That's crazy. As a result of the trial affect their future roles? No, not really. I think people just like, they want to see her lose, but if she doesn't lose, it's not going to really matter. It's not like people are going to be like, oh wow, you know, she won, or you know, Johnny Depp didn't win, that means he's lying. People are going to view it as like, if he doesn't win, they're going to view it as like the justice system sucks. So it's like, it's either, you know, he wins or it's rigged. Which, I mean, like, there's a big part of that I agree with. You probably want to go over the other side, Phoenix. Because the mobs over there's a lot more mobs over there. You guys probably get better better coverage. Women are more likely to be believed over men. Yeah, I think that's kind of what people think, yeah. And so, I think to me, like, people just want to see her lose because they view her as somebody who is, you know, just a shit fucking person. And she's, you know, she has like all these big advantages in life, and, you know, you still have to be fucking crazy. It's a lot. So yeah, I think like her life is pretty much ruined. And I think that's what you get, man. It's like you act like an asshole, you like, it's like if you want to play a high stakes game like that, you know, making domestic violence accusations and shit like that, you better be ready to get burned. Like, that's just shit could happen. It's like, I don't really ever feel bad for people that like, yeah, for sure, man. Probably come help me over on this side. Can I escape this topic on our second channel? Well, yeah, of course. I mean, a lot of people have talked about it. Legendary rapport item and unfinished garden. Okay. Let me go over there. Let me go loot all the stuff on the other side first. And yeah, we should probably, if you guys want to get that too, go ahead. Prefer to have someone life slide. Prefer to have yours ruined with the truth. Yeah, it's just like people people don't really understand that, I think. Damn, like, wait, what? This shit's not dropping. There's no way y'all killed all these and not a single one dropped. There's like no shot. That's, oh, there we go. There's some. Yeah, maybe they did. It's just bad RNG. That's insane. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get that rapport item. Where is the vendor in Unfinished Garden? I don't know off the top of my head. Top left, okay. I don't get how people can be so sure who's really guilty in this case. I think it's this simple, right? They don't like Amber Heard. They don't like how she acts. They don't like how she talks. They think she's a liar. That's it. And it's like there's a lot of people that like this is what they do. Is they look at the person's like history. And it's like there's very clear evidence that like she lied at least with some things, right? Like I think even like supporters of hers would say that. Right? That like it's like yeah, she made this thing up, right? Or whatever. And it's like people just aren't going to accept that. Shouldn't you pretend to take notes? Yeah, I saw it. Her recording is disgusting. She's a demon. Yeah, she's a demon, man. It's just that simple. And so, like, to me, I don't really give a fuck about her. It's like if it's upsetting for her or traumatic for her, like, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter. It's like you want to play that bullshit and fucking get out there and say shit like that. That's what you get, man. It's like people want to start bullshit, and then the moment that, you know, it's not going their way, they want to call a timeout. That's always what it is. Yeah, I think this is a good rotation here. What, a lawyer's allowed to show two same pictures and present them as different? It's simple. It's because basically the lawyer has to a certain extent, assume that the person they're representing is not lying. So, like, they're probably not experts in technology either. They've got no idea. And so it's like, in their mind, it's like, yeah, it looks like these look like the same picture, okay, right? And it's like, well, she said it's two different pictures, so we'll just believe her. They have eyes though? Yeah, but it's like, a lot of times, like, people aren't going to look at that stuff because they have like a million other things to look at. And it's like, think about how many things collectively people found because there's like 1,000 people looking at it, or like 1 million people looking at it. Man, where are these fucking heads at? Looks like a classic wild drop, right? We'll do this for a bit. How many of these heads do we need? Probably like 200, if I had to guess. Because you need 5 of the blue ones. I'm at 3. Yeah, you just gotta keep farming them. I'm at 18. It was like 50 for me? Okay, well, hopefully it'll be 50 for me too. Whenever I get to 50, I'll just stop. I have to like hard stop the stream at 6 because we have a big meeting about the whole game event and everything. To drive up there and do all that stuff. OTK, yeah. Just for my food, yeah. OTK event the whole day. It's gonna be probably like 2-3 hours, I guess. I'm not sure exactly on the time frame. Hopefully you didn't rent out somebody's house this time. You'll see. OTK have any competitive players? No. The thing is, like, esports, it's just not really very lucrative. And it's like, also, like, none of us really have a background in esports. Like, why would we do esports? It's like we've had other ventures that we've had, and like I always say this, it's like play to your strengths. Like if we don't know what we're doing about something, like then maybe we shouldn't be doing it. Like we've got to relearn everything. Rich is a caster. It's not the same thing as being you know, like a player, an esports player. You don't have to worry about these. I can get these and then you can get the ones at the bottom. I think that's probably the best way for us to do it. Rich also got fired. Rich didn't get fired for his performance. Rich was one of the best casters like in the business, man. He got fired for like other bullshit. But yeah, so like I don't want to go and like get involved in something that like we don't really have a lot of competency for. Like could we do it if we wanted to? Like yeah. But like it's harder to do that. And like this is also like my philosophy on it. Like everybody has a different way of looking at it. And like once we diversify the org and it's big enough, like maybe we will pick up more people, right? Because we'll have like a bigger, you know, a bigger ship, and so it's okay to have some people in there that like let me think of a way to put it, like that like it doesn't necessarily like we're not going to use them for content necessarily, but they're still useful to the org, you know, in the way that a competitive player is. You guys get more people stream consistently? We don't need to. They've got me. Like, it doesn't really matter. If people need to take breaks, they take breaks. Like, yeah, I can hard carry. Like, it doesn't matter. Well, it's like, there's a few guys, like, Twitch is kind of weird because, there's really only, like, I'm talking about, like, English streamers, right? You've got, Gauls and, like, I buy who are just, like, fucking, like, I think people don't really appreciate how popular these guys are. They're, like, just ridiculously fucking popular, right? But like for English streamers, there's like XQC, me, Hassan, Train, and like I'm talking like people that get over like 30-40,000 viewers. Mizkif. So yeah, sometimes Miz will get there. But Miz also doesn't stream a lot. Like the difference between like especially with like XQC and Train, right? And like actually like I mean all of us, like I'm probably the least out of all of them. Like I only stream, you know, usually like 60 hours a week. And what do you call it? Like it is also like not only do like a lot of us get like very high numbers, but we also stream a lot too. So it's like even if somebody gets like, let's say 20 or 30,000 viewers, but they stream for like 3 hours, think about how long that would take to equal one stream for 60,000 viewers for like 8 hours, or 100,000 viewers, right? I'd probably stream more if I didn't have OTK. So it's like I can't really, like in terms of hours, like I'm never going to be able to stream as much as like a lot of those guys do. Just because I'm like involved with like the org stuff and everything too. but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, that was my choice, right? You're popping off this year? I mean, I've popped off every year, man. Like, I don't think I've had, like, a bad, like, stream year for pretty much ever. I've had, like, bad, like, maybe a week or 2 weeks, something like that. But, the same stress that I feel about, like, streaming is also one of the reasons why I don't have, you know, a lot of bad periods, right? Is because I'll, like, push myself to try to do something unique or different or whatever, if I feel like I should. When were you a small streamer before you got big? I was really a small YouTuber, and like I've really always been, in a weird way, I've always been like kind of a YouTuber that streams. Like my YouTube channel is like, the amount of views that I get on Twitch versus YouTube, I get literally twice as many views on YouTube, and sometimes 3 times as many views on YouTube than I do on Twitch. Yeah, YouTube Andy, yeah. What makes more money, YouTube or Twitch? Well, with Twitch, I don't pay, like, editors or anything. Like, do you mean, like, raw money, or, like, how much money I make personally? I don't know. Like, I don't even really check to see how much money I make every month. I have no idea. Like, I just check my bank account, and it's, like, a bigger number, and that's it. And then it's, like, once I get to, like, a certain threshold, I'll, like, invest another amount of money, into just different things. Yeah, I don't care about the money at all. I care about having money, right? I mean, like, of course, it's very important. But, like, what the number is, it's not, doesn't really matter that much. Some streamers don't get the attention they deserve because of boobas. If you're losing viewers to, like, an ASMR streamer, what does that mean fundamentally? That means that your stream is more boring than a stream that is designed to put you to sleep. I think that's a you problem. Is my boobas because you have no charisma? Yeah. If you think that you're losing viewers to, like, Amarath or, like, Velvet or somebody like that, you're not. You're losing viewers to people that are entertaining. I think people try so hard to find excuses for why they are not successful. And, you know, it's always your fault, pretty much. That's usually the way that I look at it. So many people streaming right now, it's hard to get people to watch starting from 0. You know, there's somebody out there who doesn't think that, and he's going to be making $1 million a year, probably in 2 years, because he didn't listen to that. Aiden Ross, yeah. Look at Aiden Ross. Just people make excuses like that, and I just think it's bullshit. Nice. I'll try and do it for like 5 more minutes and then I gotta go. So to say luck isn't involved, you get to the point where it is. Well, it's like, for example, like I got lucky by having 2 parents that are like extremely proficient in English. So like I'm very good at speaking and like saying things. Like that is a way that I got lucky. I got extremely lucky like that. But you know, like that's not the same thing as like what I think people are trying to say. I think a lot of people like say it's luck because it makes them feel better for why they're not successful. It's like the truth is like a lot of people get lucky. Like for example, like if you're a girl and you're attractive, like you just got really lucky, especially like on Twitch, right? Like that's just the truth. But there's other things like even for guys, right? If you're like a better looking guy, you're gonna have an advantage over somebody who's not. Or taller. Well, I mean like on stream. It's unfortunately true, yeah. And so like people want to look at luck, it's like you're already lucky. Don't know if that applies to streaming. It does. I think that what a lot of people like define as luck, other people would define as like planning or you know, like taking advantage of opportunities. You know, streaming's not a lottery, exactly. And like it's kind of like what I mentioned, like if any of you guys saw the video that I did about Andrew Callahan, and I emphasized a lot the fact that like he was like grinding and like doing like that magazine or the zine, excuse me, for like his school, and he was trying to sell it for Vice, because this was back whenever like he was a nobody, right? And a lot of people don't see the actual grind, they just see the results and they think like, man, you know, this just kind of happened for you, like I hope that happens for me. And it's like it didn't just happen for him. He went to school for journalism, he did journalism stuff, and then he tried to do his own magazine and tried to work with Vice, and that didn't work, and then he, you know, like tried doing other stuff, eventually got picked up, and yeah, he's working his ass off, man. It took at least a couple years to pop off. Yeah, I mean like my stream, or like my YouTube channel, like it took me about a whole year to get from like 0 to 20,000 subscribers. And I was uploading pretty much every single day, like making videos every single day about like news topics, like keeping up with everything. And like doing as much as I can to like make the channel successful. And then like the next year I went from like 20,000 to like 100,000 or something like that. Like you can probably go look it up on like Social Blade and everything. And like I would work every single day. Like I would never like take days off. Content's king, yeah. Alright, I have to get ready. I'm gonna make sure I cook all of these and then I'm gonna head out. Thank you guys for helping me. If you guys want to keep farming, go ahead. Give me like 5 or 10 minutes. I gotta do all this. Do you think Ted Cruz is stupid? No, I don't think Ted Cruz is stupid at all. Ted Cruz is really smart. That's why I get frustrated with him. I don't know why. I don't know why he does what he does. Like, it's just so stupid. But, I think, like, it's almost a thing where, like, it's like, you ever heard, like, the analogy of, like, riding a tiger? And it's like, whenever you start riding a tiger, you can't get off the tiger. Because if you do, it'll eat you. So you just have no choice but to just keep riding the tiger. I feel like that's kind of what happened with, like, politics. Is it like a lot of these politicians have built this culture around this like extreme like vitriolic partisan politics, so like they can't stop, you know. It's like you can't slow down, you can't stop, you have to just keep escalating and keep going. And so like even if he wanted to stop, he couldn't. And I think the people don't want him to stop either. Because like anytime that somebody does try to make like any sort of push for that, they always get shit on.
My grandfather was the greatest.
Yeah, so they can't stop.
The beer's tasting great today.
Okay. I got 1. 0. 1. 2. Great. This probably won't be as bad as I thought it was. I just need 1 more of these, I'll be done. It's pretty good. You know when cooking's the worst? It's not that bad. Did he worship and then apologize to Trump after the guy insulted his wife? Yeah, of course he would, because Ted Cruz doesn't care. All he cares about is like maintaining whatever power he has and getting more of it. Donald Trump insulting his wife has nothing to do with that. He doesn't care about that. Yeah, it's Lion Ted. What do you expect?
So, this is Arcturus' light. This will be a great achievement.
You are entering the royal palace.
How you doing, gems? All above 7? All except for 1. I have a 9 too. Might as well just give it to him. I'll do these real quick and I gotta go. So, streamer drama, people don't really care as long as they keep their job. Yeah. It's like, for example, like that Choco Taco drama shit, right? Like, nobody really gives a fuck about that. Like, Train doesn't give a fuck about that. Choco Taco probably doesn't really care. Like, I don't care. Nick doesn't care. Like, it doesn't really matter. Doc was funny. Yeah, Doc was funny. Yeah, I think that's what it is too.
There's a legendary pickaxe that's been
They have to be expert to attract and need to be themselves and people will stay. No, you shouldn't always be yourself. If yourself is a loser, don't be yourself. Yeah, be anything but yourself if you're a loser. Might as well just give this to her. Okay, gold. Holy shit, what am I doing wrong? Are you spending real money on the game? Because that's the way I got the money. I just bought gold on the store. Like, it's not impressive that I have that much gold. Yeah, I just bought money on the store. Okay. It's got 2 hours left. So I could just buy that for... Oh, it's bid. I see. It's 48k. That's a really good necklace. I wish I could stay on and bid on this. That's a really, really good necklace. That's so cheap. What the hell? No, it's not cheap. That's the current bid. Like, people are gonna bid that shit up probably to like 100k. Throw a bid down. Let me see what mine is. Master's Tenacity Grudge. Hmm. 100k easy. Alright, I'll put 100k on it. Do I do it? I'm gonna do 75. Let me do 75. Like, if I get 75, I get it. I think I can resell it at 75. Like, I'm gonna do 75. Yeah, I mean, this is like it's 86. It's Grudge, Tenacity, Defense. Like, this is a really good item, man. Yeah, I'm gonna bid. Yeah, so I get my fions back if I lose. Because I have to leave, like, so I can't sit there and bid on it back and forth. Alright. If I win it, I win it. If I don't win it, I don't win it. Alright. I'll see y'all later. GG's. I'll be on tomorrow morning. Early. As a motherfucker. I'll see y'all later. Peace.